Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. This is my last video today. I've been shooting all morning, and I couldn't really be more happier to do this video to end the day. So if you like the video today, please comment and share it. I'm Vincent Turner, 100 Yards Football, and special thanks to my producer, Mr. Logan Landers. The video is kudos to Stetson Bennett, quarterback at the University of Georgia. National championship quarterback. Walk on. Let me start by saying this. I have a lot of friends that are University of Georgia Bulldog fans. They follow the Bulldogs very, very seriously. And I would say this, the Georgia Bulldogs fan base is the most intense fan base that I've ever been around. And I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. And the Georgia's Bulldogs fan base is at another level. But I'm going to start with Stetson Bennett, and I'm going to tell the truth. I'm a guy, if anybody knows me, is a man, I can take it, I can dish it. I'll be honest, I did not think Stetson Bennett could lead the University of Georgia to a national championship under the quarterback position. I just didn't, based on how he played against Alabama last year and how he played against them in the SEC championship game. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't think that he was a college Power 5 conference quarterback. And I'm one to say it right now, looking in this camera, I was dead ass wrong. Excuse my language. The young man made me a believer. And I give homage where it deserves. His story is unbelievable. It's Rudy 2 of the new millennium. Here's a guy that was focused on playing quarterback at the University of Georgia. Came here the first time back in 2017, left, went back to junior college, and came back. That young man was on a mission. And it's like he had to sit and wait for things to happen. It wasn't like the job was given to him. He wasn't even an afterthought. Think about 2017, Georgia getting ready for the Rose Bowl. He was a scout team quarterback playing the role of Baker Mayfield, who ended up being a walk-on and winning the Heisman. Then you think about another great walk-on football player, J.J. Watt, who I saw play for the Arizona Cardinals on Monday night, and they lost to the L.A. Rams. But this young man here, it's unbelievable the journey he went through. And like I said, I was one of the people who was bringing that smoke. He was catching flack from the Georgia Bulldog fan base, from every sports talk host in America. Even people close in the program were killing him. I'm sorry, I just got to put it out there. And to be honest, I did not think one more time that he can lead the University of Georgia over wins over Michigan and Alabama. When I think about great moments in college football, and I've been following this great sport since I was 6 years old. I'm 61 years old. The moment him raising that trophy, as you seen the image on screen here, it brings you back to all the great things I know about this game that I've followed over the years and great moments. As a 6-year-old, first time I got a woof of college football watching that great Michigan State Notre Dame game that ended in a tie. Notre Dame with Rocket Bly, Alan Page, Tim Lynch. The Michigan State team with Jimmy Ray, Bubba Smith, George Webster, Gene Washington. Then moving on to the next year, another moment. Watching a young man from Galileo High School by way of San Francisco, California, had that great 64-yard run against UCLA named O.J. Simpson. Then when I was 8 years old, watching O.J. Simpson take a number 1 ranked USC team to the Rose Bowl, getting beat by some super sophomores from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Jack Tatum, Rex Kern, John Brockington, Jim Steelwagon. Then it's a 9-year-old watching Texas and Arkansas playing in December to see who's the number one team in the country. The eyes of Texas James Street completing that 48-yard pass that passed down the field to Randy Pesco, the tight end, beating the Arkansas team that was coached by Frank Broyles, Chuck Dykes, and Bill Montgomery, and then Darryl Royal on the other side. Moments. Then me being a Tennessee fan in 73, watching a sophomore quarterback, an African-American, being the first black quarterback in the Southeastern Conference, Condrich Holloway. The moments made my heart jump. Then in 1976, the Sugar Bowl, Tony Dorsett running all over a team that won it all a couple of weeks ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. Then in 1979, the Sugar Bowl, one of the best ever, Penn State and Alabama. A linebacker out of Florida by the name of Barry Krause, making a goal line stand, getting knocked out. And then the Dogs in 1980 under Buck Bellew and Herschel Walker, taking down that mighty Notre Dame team. Then in 1984, a young man from Youngstown, Ohio, Bernie Kosar, taking a program we didn't even think had football, the University of Miami, upsetting the powerful Nebraska Cornhuskers. Then in 95, the greatest college football team that I've ever seen up close, not up close and personal, but seen the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips, the Peter brothers, Grant Wistrom, Michael Booker. And then going back to the University of Tennessee, winning the first BCS national championship under the guidance of T. Martin, Peerless Price, Al Wilson Jackson, Tennessee's finest, Sean Ellis. But all those moments that I've watched college football over the years, the moment Stetson Bennett leading the University of Georgia, beating Alabama 33-18 in the national championship game, that's got to be one of the greatest moments that I'm going to remember forever. And I got to give kudos, because what that young man went through, he had the eye of the tiger. And under all that pressure, as a 23-year-old, and being on the most highlighted team, the Bulldogs, who was ranked number one throughout the season, I couldn't believe what he was going through every week. Let's get it real honest here today. At least 80 to 85% of the Georgia fan base didn't want him under the center playing quarterback. And even when they made it to the college football playoffs, I still didn't think he could do it. But you know what? He went in that Michigan game and earned most MVP. Played flawless. And then in the fourth quarter against Alabama, he made that 40-yard touchdown to A.D. Mitchell. That throw was NFL royalty. I'm sorry. You had a lot of quarterbacks come make that throw this past weekend watching the NFL wild card playoffs. I'm not going to put your names out there, but you play for the Eagles. Man, Stetson Bennett, hey, man, kudos to you. Much love, much respect. And I think, really, honestly, if you came back next year, Georgia will be your favorite to win it all again with all the talent you got around you. He proved the point, man. Rudy II story. No question about it. Against all odds. A guy that walks on into school, really, Georgia's telling we don't need you. He goes to junior college in Mississippi at Jones Community College, comes back to Georgia, had no inkling he was going to play. Jawan Mathis doesn't play well in the first game last year. He starts, gets hurt in the Florida game. JT Daniels ends up starting the final 4 games in 2020. And to be honest, I really said this after the Clemson game. If Georgia doesn't have JT Daniels, I don't see them winning the national championship. Simply because I thought JT Daniels was a better passer and could go down the field with the ball better. And most of all, he was a 5-star quarterback coming out of sunny LA, Hollywood. And he had started as a true freshman at USC. But man, this young man right here out of South Georgia proved me and a lot of people wrong. I still want to say, when he got to the national championship game, I still was saying he was going to fail. But I'm sorry. He had that moment, man. Greatness is always defined how you play in big-time games. And in that fourth quarter, Stetson Bennett had that moment of Ali, 64 in Miami against Sonny Liston. Michael Jordan, first ring against LA. Earvin Magic Johnson, his rookie year when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got hurt. Magic came big on the center stage, 42 points as a center. See, it don't matter how big you are, what your talent is, what your athletic ability is. To me, it's the stage. That's why greatness is always going to be about winning the rings and always winning about championships. And that young man now has become the greatest athlete in Georgia Bulldog history. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dominique Wilkins. Sorry, Herschel Walker. I still consider you the greatest college running back. Sorry, Buck Bellew. It's Stetson Bennett. And me being a man today, I owe an apology to the Georgia Bulldog football nation. To all you fans out there, to the ones who not even speaking to me now, Joseph Taylor, you know who I'm talking about. Your name is Joy T. I still love you, brother. But it's y'all day. And you got a special player that played for y'all this year that proved everybody wrong. And you know what? I wouldn't bet against them no more from here on out. Because you can't measure hard and determination. You can't measure that, man. And not the will to give up. Stetson Bennett defied all odds and ended up being a national championship quarterback. And I'm not going to even bet against him going forward whether or not he could come back and win a national championship with Georgia, or he can go into the NFL and not earn a roster spot. I'm not betting against the mailman no more. He proved to me that he's special. So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. When I think about Stetson Bennett, I think about a young man that had a song, because I'm 61 years old, and a lot of you Bulldog fans will know this song. It was by a young man out of Boston, Massachusetts, one of the greatest rock stars ever that don't get his due. His name was Billy Squire, and he had a song. Stroking, stroking, stroke, stroke, stroking, stroking. Stetson Bennett stroked it all the way up on the stage in Indianapolis, winning the national championship, baby. He proved everybody wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised if he stroked it onto the National Football League and earned a roster spot. Like the video today. Please come in and share it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner, and special love and thanks to my producer, Mr. Logan Landis, for making it happen today. Kudos to Bulldog Nation. I bow down to Stetson Bennett and Dog Nation.